Perfect. All right, guys, let's continue from yesterday. In fact, I'll repeat that due to recording was not, the system was shut down suddenly. So, all right. So what we have seen yesterday, we have seen a BCDR concept, right? From last 2 days, we are looking for the BCDR concept. In the BCDR concept, right, what we are looking right now, we are looking ASR or DR concept. There is a backup concept, BCP concept, business continuation plan. Another is my DR plan. In a backup, we have seen one is a snapshot, another is a backup. Also, what we saw that how to restore from the snapshot also and backup. So we saw that restoration process also, right? In a DR today, what we are going to cover from the scratch, even what we have covered yesterday a little bit, I just want to come with that idea. Let's say that if you have one location, this is your Central India region on Azure, right? So Central India means that it's a Pune city. I have deployed my three-tier applications. Okay, one is a web application database, and this is my production applications. Everything is working fine, everything is working good, connectivity is good, there's no problem, and all my business of a million and trillion dollars business, I am working here, right, in this region. But suddenly there is a DR happen, disaster happen. A disaster could be anything. It could be flood, it could be earthquake, it could be power outage, grid failure, right? If you guys know that in a few months back or last year there was a grid failure in the Mumbai, and the entire Mumbai was down, right? And let's say that that grid failure was only for the few hours, but let's say that it's a major grid failure, and due to that grid failure, it was down for 2 days, right? So generally, what happened, the physical data center, which is they are Central India or Central Pune data center, they have a backups like a generators, right? They have a generators. They have their own grids. So they have, but those are the things are the very limited time. They can run for 2 days, 3 days, maximum 1 week. After that, they require external power supply which we generated from outside. And forget about the power supply, power failure. If it is a complete earthquake, an earthquake center is the same place where the data center has been built. So this entire building got collapsed, right? So your entire business which you're working right now is not available. And you have a backup, so you have taken a backup in the same region. So the backup copy is also not available because the region is completely collapsed, right? So what you do that you will go on another region, build entire business. So that will take time. And meanwhile, that is a complete business loss. Even each and every minutes, every hour is a business loss, right? So what you preferred, right? Even you have a backup. This is a backup. Even you have a backup. What you prefer that in case this region goes down, I should have some other region, other location where I can continue my business, right? Business should be continue. Business should be continue. Even this is not working, right? So what I'll do that I will replicate my entire data here, which is my crucial data, not every data, the crucial one, which is my production one. I'll replicate here. Sorry, any questions? Okay, that's it. Listen, can you mute yourself, please? All right. So we need a solution where we can have a data available in case disaster happen. So that could be three scenarios which we have talked yesterday. One is active. So here will be my system is active running, virtual physical machine is running, virtual machine is running, and other side also I'm running a physical machines. That is active mode. Then other is active passive mode. All right. So what is different between active passive modes? Both the place virtual machine is running, but they are not actively participating in the production workload, right? So that is just replicating data. In case its failure happen, then only it will be response here. In active mode, if it's not reachable, then immediately it's answering that. So that is called active mode, and the active passive both the time virtual machine is running here. All right, both the time virtual machine is running here in active passive mode. Another option which Azure provide and most of the cloud service provide, they says that you have active system here, and here you just replicate a disk, right? What is important here? A virtual machine is important here to be get it run? No. What is important here? Your data is important, right? Why you want to have a virtual machine? So what used to happen earlier that you have some third-party software, right? The third-party software runs on the system that replicate your data to another virtual machine that's running on other side. This could be your South India, right? Chennai location. Right? So both the place there's software will there and the software is communicating. That's why you require active passive machine, passive system, and also running a virtual machine. So you are paying a compute cost, right? You're unnecessarily paying compute cost even you are not utilizing it. So what Azure and other cloud service came in a picture, in a market and come in an idea that why do you want to have a complete virtual machine? Let's replicate only disk. So whatever virtual machine will be there, that this will get replicated. Whatever virtual machine will have, this will get replicated. All right. In case disaster happen, in case this disaster happen, this virtual machine is not available. So from a disk, we'll create a new virtual machine. That will take hardly 5 minutes or 10 minutes. From the virtual machine, from the disk, you will create a new virtual machine. Right. That will take hardly 10 to 15 minutes. Make sense, guys? Any questions here so far? What's the difference between active, active, and active versus a disk mode? So we are not having compute power, so we are saving cost. We are just using a disk and we are replicating a data, right? And in case disaster happens, so we'll have a virtual machine, right? That time only we are going to use a compute power. Any questions, guys? Perfect. Good. All right. Ravinder, Shravan, any question, guys? No question? Perfect, guys. All right. So how do we achieve this one, right? So what I said last time that we have recovery vault. This is just I taking example of recovery vault. What recovery vault do? These are three features we can use or three function of a recovery vault we can use it. One is a backup, right? Another is IAM will be used as a DR. And third is migration, the migration features. So we have seen a backup feature. Now looks for we're going to look for that DR feature, and this DR is pretty similar to migration. That I'll come to that point right later on, right? So let's see the DR on Azure. Let's say that I already have a backup vault, right? ASR vault, and this ASR vault I'm taking a backup. Can I use this same vault for my ASR? Yes, I can use. That could be scenario. But it's strongly recommended should not use it. Why? because this recovery this backup vault is in same region, Central India. And if Central India goes down, that's mean recovery vault also not available. So whatever data I'm replicating right now, it's which is not directly stored on my region, that's stored on my vault, right? In the vault, it is right now stored. So if this vault goes down, the I will not have a backup, right? So ideal scenario for having ASR, you should have a recovery vault in other than primary region, other than primary region. So I'll just make it clean up this one a little bit. I will have my vault here, ASR vault, recovery vault, and that is I'm going to use for the DR. That I'm going to use for the DR, right? So what will happen here, I'll be replicating my data from virtual machine to recovery vault. All the disk which I'm just looking right now in the ASIC scenario, that all gets stored here in the vault. All get not stored, replicated in my recovery vault. And in case DR happen from the recovery vault, I will creating a virtual machine. Make sense, guys? All right. So this recovery vault, which I'm right now talking about, this will have a function. One first job, instruct instruct to that machine, instruct to that machine send data, right? Send data. Then store the data. Second function is store the data. Third function is that if DR happens, create a virtual machine. Create virtual machine from the disk, right? Make sense? This vault have a three functions. Now, this is approximately 1,000 kilometer. Mumbai to Chennai is approximately 1,000 kilometer far from each other, right? So if I am sending a data, a single byte, it sends to recovery vault, travel across 1,000 kilometer, and send acknowledgement. Okay, I received this package. This acknowledgement go back to 1,000 kilometer, right? Then it will send another data, then acknowledge, send data, acknowledge. So here my data which is required to be getting sent, the queue will get increased. The queue is getting increased day by day, right? The data is still pending and the queue is handling by the RAM, so RAM will be get impacted. Virtual machine RAM. The virtual machine RAM will get impacted. And if RAM is get impacted, the actual purpose of this virtual machine, let's say that it's a web virtual machine, the web performance will be get impacted, right? Why this is getting impacted? Because another process, which one? That ASR process, sending a data replication process. Replication process is utilizing the RAM, right? Replication process is utilizing RAM, its queue is getting increased. So web process is getting impacted, which is actual purpose of my this virtual machine, right? DR is just for that in case disaster happen, that could be very rare chances, but still there, right? So that's why I wanted to have replications. So how to overcome this problem? How to minimize that queue? What is the problem? The queue getting increased, right? Why queue is getting increased? Because of acknowledgement is taking delay. They're sending a packet and packet is getting acknowledged, then sending another package, then sending other package is getting acknowledged. So acknowledgement is getting delay, right? The acknowledge is getting delay. So what I'll do that, I'll create one storage account here in the same region. Where? In, in Central India. And this storage account will be, I'll call it caching storage account. Cache storage account, right? This cache storage account will collect my data, right? And from here, I'll send the data. So this virtual machine job will get over. So what will happen? I'll just change the color. What will happen? This is our instruct send me data. This is sending instruction. This will send data rather than directly to my recovery vault. It will send data to caching storage account, right? Once its caching storage account get delivered, it get receive the acknowledge, okay, I received the data. It will send another package. It will send another package and getting it quickly acknowledged because it's the same region and same data center. Quickly acknowledgement happen. From here, recovery vault goes and pick up my data which is has been cached and keep it here, keep it here, keep it here. So this recovery vault doing two steps rather than getting collecting data directly from virtual machine to himself. He's making intermediator between that intermediator between that replications. So what is doing that? It is sending instructions, send a data, replicate the data, and replication is getting done by third person. Third person collect the data, and after that, this DR come and collect the data. So this man got free. Once he's delivered the package, he's got free, and he's focusing on the virtual machine actual purpose, web purpose. Is it clear, guys? The concept is clear, right? Kiran, okay. I this is important, guys. I know most of people is get confused. So let me do it again just to explain you. Forget about the previous things. So I have primary region. This is where I am working my load. This is my secondary region, right? I have recovery vault. This recovery vault wants to collect data of replication. Replicated data, he want to collect it. In case a DR happens, so he will create a virtual machine from here. But if I have virtual machine sending data across 1,000 kilometer, one packet. The packet can be KBs or MBs, doesn't matter. I'm not looking right and I'm not going in the granular level that what could be size of packet. But after sending a packet, it's have to wait for sending another packet because if packet does not get delivered or XYZ reason is get failed, so it have to send the same packet. So maintain the data consistency, right? Maintain the data consistency. Have to maintain the should receive the acknowledgement. Then acknowledgement get received after 1,000 kilometer. So here the queue is getting increased for sending a packets because it's taking delay for receiving acknowledgement. So what is this person's do? It says that okay, don't send me directly because you have to release yourself immediately. I'll create one storage account here. Here is my here is my guy. You can deliver data here to this guy. I'm okay with that. I'll collect from him, right? So what is Azure is doing? It's just send instruction. This is my guy. You have to send the data. So it's just giving instruction and send data here, delivering all data here. And he's getting a quickly acknowledgement because it's the same data center, same region, right? And data is getting dumped here. It's a caching right now. And from here, this recovery vault goes and collect data, whatever the data is there, collect and delete from here. Collect data and delete from here, right? Now his containing data is ready with here. In case any disaster happen, he will create a virtual machine from this data. Is it clear, guys? Again, I'm asking, right? No doubt? Perfect. Now let's see that how we can achieve in Azure. This is what we have done in a concept. So what is requirement? First requirement is we require recovery vault. Another requirement we required a storage account to collect my caching storage, right? All right. Couple of more things is required because we want to build a complete structure, right? So a couple of more things is required. What are the couple of more things required? I need to know which network I have to collect the data, right? So I'll say that this is a network I want to collect the data. This is VNet, right? This is my VNet virtual network. And here is my subnet where I'm collecting data. In this subnet, this is virtual machine, right? I'm giving complete path of my data. So in case disaster happen, where I have to create a virtual machine, this recovery vault required to know. So I'll say that, okay, here if you want to create, this is my VNet. And which subnet? He says, okay, this is the subnet you want to create it, right? This is a couple of things. And what if I created, what should be virtual machine name? I can change the virtual machine name. I can keep it the same virtual machine name, doesn't matter, right? So I require to provide here also that in case I want to create a virtual machine, which virtual network is required in secondary side, which subnet is required on secondary side, right? All right. And this functioning is called network mapping. It is not a pairing something else which you already have learned. Pairing is for communication. Network mapping is something like need to know which network will be get deployed. That is called network mapping, right? How fast you want to replicate, right? Or how many data. I'm keep replicating data, right? I'm keep replicating data. How old you want to keep data? How old data you want to keep and maintain it? So that is comes in the policies. Policy. Policy will maintain that how many data, how many recovery point you want to maintain. Recovery points, right? So this is, let's say that I'll come to that recovery point later on, but how many recovery point you want to maintain it, right? Or what is a couple of more things there in the policies we require to create a policy. So we require to create a mapping, network mapping. I'll say that network mapping, right? And we required a policy, policy to maintain the how many recovery points we want to have it, right? Then, and what else required? We required a recovery vault, right? A recovery vault is a resource, and we required a storage account. So once we required recovery vault, in the recovery vault, we on one we required a storage account. And here, rather than saying one, I'll say that A. This is A network mapping, and this is a B policy is required. All right. So this is a stuff we require. And theoretically, before proceeding anything, we have to know which is my primary data centers. What is my primary data center? So I'll ask my engineer, what is your primary data center? He says that, okay, Central India region is my primary data center. Okay, what what will be, not right now is there, what will be your secondary data center? So according to plan, discussion happen in the team, and our team is where a lot of discussion happen. We believe that our secondary data center should be in West India. Well, no, it's too near to Central India. West India will be Pune. West India will be Mumbai. So it's too near to Mumbai. Pune is too near to Mumbai. So let's go for the let's if you want to have a far. So I'll say the Southeast Asia, right? That is a Singapore. Then it's too far. That will take too much time, and our company policy doesn't allow to keep a data outside of the country. So let's go for the South India, right? South India, which will be in Chennai. This is what discussion happened. All right, now discussion happened. I have to create one resource group in South India. I have to create a VNet. What, because I require to map it. I have to create a one VNet. I have to create similar subnets, right? Similar kind of subnet IP range, right? Can I keep a same IP VNet, same IP subnet? Yes, you can do it, but it is not recommended because if in case by any chance you want to do the pairing, pairing will not happen because it's the same VNet, right? So it's recommended go for different IP range. Make sense, guys? Any questions here? Perfect, Sharon. Perfect, perfect, guys. All right. Now, what other things we required? We'll create a decide a region. After deciding region, we'll create a resource group. After creating a resource group, we'll create a VNet, subnet, and also in a same region, in say resource group can be different. In a same region, I'll be deploying my recovery vault for the DR. This is not for the backup. This is for DR. right? Now, let's do that one. So here I have my virtual machine. Same example, I'll consider this virtual machine, which is running right now, right? I want to take a DR, this virtual machine, running east to west. What could be right location for DR, where we can find out? I'll go to Google, look for that Azure paired region, right? My primary region is east to west. I'll go here in document. This is a document again, which is a BCDR, which we are right now learning, right? And there is a complete list from the Microsoft Azure pair region. I'll look for the East US, East West. So if you are in East US as a primary region, right, you should go for that West US. This is what Microsoft recommended. They have a special bandwidth, special connectivity, right? So if you are right now in primary region is East US, go for the West US, right? If you are in West US, that's a special case, right? You think that okay, East US will be definitely there, but I believe that that's not case. West US will be East US, right? And East US 3 will be with East West. So we'll go for the West US. We'll create one resource group. How do we create a resource group, guys? Either you can go resource group or simply go down and here's the resource group. I'll go resource group. ASR-RG West create. Right. Resources has been created. Now we require to create a VNet, right? So I already have a VNet which is in East US, this one that is having IP called 10.1.0.16, right? I'll create a one VNet. I'll keep it ASR resource group. I can keep it in different resource group also, doesn't matter. I'll say that ASR VNet -RG. I can create a new resource group, doesn't matter. But it should be in West US, right? Now I'll just give it name Flipkart DR -VNet. Now I'm providing IP range. It have taken automatically IP range. I'm okay with the IP range. If I have already have decided different IP range, I can take it. Or if I want to keep it similar to my primary region, I can keep it same, but strongly not recommended. So I can go for different IP range. Now creating a subnet. So I don't have a subnet. I'll create a subnet. Here I'll just say that where is subnet what I have in the my primary region. Let me create a similar. So this is my East-US subnet, VNet. I'll just try to create a similar one here. I'll create a subnet. First subnet is my default subnet, right? In the default, I'll just go and create a default subnet. Default, and I'll IP range is this one. I'll just copy IP range, provide this IP range, and replace 1 with 3 because my IP range is this one. This is my IP range. Another subnet what I have, this is new subnet one. Right guys? So hopefully you're doing a practice so you will come to know that what I'm doing right now. I'm just creating VNet and subnet. Please prompt me if you have any doubt. Right? I'll not create a bastion node because we are not using a bastion as of now. So I'll just create a new VNet. Yes, anyone? Come on. So this VNet has been created. I have tried to make it similar so I can map the virtual machines after deployment, right? Now let it create. Now let it create. I'll just go here. Now create a resource recovery vault. Recovery vault. This is a backup recovery vault. I'll create a new recovery vault. Keep it in a different region, opposite side region, and I'll just keep it name called DR vault. Whatever name you will prefer, you can give it. Doesn't matter. Mahesh joined, no? Mahesh left out. Okay, no issue. All right, I have ready with my recovery vault. I'll go back again, the recovery vault service, right? Now I'll go for DR recovery vault. This is in a different region, opposite side of region, right? My virtual machine, which I want to replicate, is in my east-west. I have created a recovery vault in opposite region. Now I can start with getting started here and click on recovery, site recovery option. Here you can find out multiple option is there. What it says that you want to make a recovery for a DR solution for the virtual machine which is running on Azure. In current scenario, yes, we are going to use this option. But there is an option which says that from VMware to Azure, or from Hyper-V to Azure, or from on-premises to Azure. So which means their data will be on-premises, Hyper-V or VMware. This will be on-premises. And from there, I'm replicating data to Azure. Okay, and I shut down this hypervisor on premises, and I can spin up the virtual machine on Azure. Isn't it migrated from on-premises to Azure, guys? From on-premises to Azure, I have transferred my data. Isn't it migrated, right? So it's migrated because what I was doing, let me do here, it is my on-premises data, and since on-premises don't have a DR service, this is might be anywhere location, doesn't matter. This is on-premises service. This is my physical server, and in the physical server, I'm running Hyper-V or VMware. I have 100 of virtual machines. All right, and I believe that I don't have a DR service. I should not want to spend the money to have another data center. So I'll just decide it. Let's go on a cloud. I have taken a cloud technology, Azure technology. Sorry, I have taken Azure technology, cloud technology, right? In the cloud technology, I use a recovery vault and ask data, send me the data here. I'll maintain your applications. I'll maintain your application. And in case DR happen, I'll spin up virtual machine here, right? I'll machine from here. I'll spin your virtual machine here in this VNet, right? So I intentionally shut down this server and my data is here available. So I spin up a virtual machine here. So ultimately, I have migrated my data from on-premises to Azure, right? So this tool, ASR tool, also used to migrate my data with help of a DR service. All right, let's focus on Azure to Azure first. This is my virtual machine, VM-restore virtual machine, which I have restored from the backup yesterday. Now I want to replicate this machine. So I'll go for enable replication first. Azure to Azure. So it says that, okay, where is your source location? Where is my source location? East US locations. Okay, East US. Okay, are you using classic old one or are you using new one, a resource manager? I'll say that new one. Which subscription it is? I can be have multiple subscription. I'll say that this is subscription one. Okay, which resource group data you want to replicate? So based on that, I can should have a resource group called Flipkart. So no, can't see that one. Flipkart. Let it load. Come on, show me that resource group. Come on. Okay, let me choose another region and come back to here. Something weird is happening on Azure side. Right, this is the right place. And I'll go here and say that east, west. Okay, I think this resource group is not in West US region. This is in South UK. Okay, this is in South UK. This resource group where I have deployed virtual machine. So the resource group in UK South. Flipkart. So that will give a problem now. Okay, I'll not able to see the virtual machine here in this scenario. Okay, so what I'll do that I'll just go on different way. What's the different way, guys? Same with the backup. We have seen the backup option here. I can go for the disaster option also here. I'll just click on virtual machine, click on disaster option, right? And here, what I'll do that, I'll just say that I want to target location is my West US, which is definitely I want to achieve it because my recovery vault is here in West US, right? So what I'll do that, I'll just decide it, go for next, and look for the recovery vault. So this is my pass. Resource group will be my this one. And recovery VNet, this is my VNet which I just now created. Now recovery vault, where is my recovery vault setting? Yeah, replication setting. I'll just say that. Yep. Can you see that ASR vault should be there? Yep, this is vault we have, right? We have vault, DR vault. I can choose it from here. Alright, do one thing. We'll create a new resource group. I'll just show you one thing, which is not generally we do, but I'll create a one resource group. I'll create a PDC region. just creating one resource group, and this current virtual machine I'm migrating from this Flipkart to that other resource group. Why? Because this Flipkart resource group is in my UK South region, right? This Flipkart virtual machine in UK South region and virtual machine which is deployed here in East US region. So there is a mismatch. So the resource group is different and virtual machine in different region. Both are the different region. That's why it's not reflecting in my ASR recovery vault. If I go here, enable replications, so I cannot see if I choose the option called resource is southeast and I don't see the resource group here. That's what's the reason here. So what I have to do, I have to just migrate this virtual machine to another resource group. So I'm just moving this machine, virtual machine, from this resource group, Flipkart resource group, just now same region resource group. So I'll just go for the PDC one. This is what I have just now created. Hope you're getting guys, right? Are you having any doubt? Hope you're getting that. This is PDC, East West I have just now created. So I'm just moving over there. And I'll just go next, review virtual machine, pending validations. Okay, that will take time, I think, validation and everything. So what I'll simply do that I'll just create a new virtual machine. That is pretty simple. In the PDC itself, East US region, and I'll just choose my VM. Subnet 1. Here I want to deploy. So this virtual machine I'm deploying in primary data center, primary region East West. And this will replicate from primary to secondary. And meanwhile, I will migrate this machine also. Let it deploy. Alright, this is submitted virtual machine. Now let me move this machine to PDC resource group. That will take time. That's why I don't want to waste time over there. Okay, there's active deployment. That's what it's got failed. Let it finished. Any questions, guys, so far? Any doubt? Today's session will be a little lengthy. I know it will take 15 more minutes because that's take time. Yes, or what? Any doubt, guys? Any doubts so far? Kiran says no. I mean, this is perfect, perfect. Tessin, are you getting that? Are you there, Tessin? Are you understanding? Okay. this virtual machine has been done. Let me revalidate this. Let it happen. It will take time. Meanwhile, I'll go to my recovery vault, go to DR. This is my secondary site, West US. Now I'll go for enable site recovery. Either you can go from here or that is both of the same options. Call the same APIs. Enable the replications. I'll decide that my source location should be here, the East US, and the webs. Okay, that is, come on, East US. Now fetch that resource group. So here is my PDC resource group which I have deployed. There is a new virtual machine, my virtual machine. It will scan it and it find out, okay, this is virtual machine. I want to make it replicate. If there's a multiple virtual machine, I can choose all the virtual machine at a time, or I can choose one by one, doesn't matter. Now, before replicating, it says that, okay, I want to replicate where? Target location. I say the target location is West US. Perfect. With subscription, I can change the subscription also. I can make it to different subscription also. That can also possible, right? Because you want to maintain the, okay, my primary location subscription will be different, or secondary location subscription is different, you can maintain that one, right? Okay, what is your target resources? What would be resource group over there? I'll be creating a new resource group called PDC-ASR. I don't like this name. Why are you creating a new one? I have already existing one. PD, that is my ASRRG. I want to get it deployed here. Yes, guys. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, Kiran. You can see the recording. I'll just finish it. If you can stay for the 5 minutes, I'll just try to finish it quickly. Right? Okay. So I'm choosing my target resource group. I can define it. If I don't define it, it will automatically take a new. It will create a new. Same way with the network. So it says that, okay, my network will be this one, which I'm going to create hyphen ASR. I'll say that, oh no, don't create a new one. I already have a decided one, which is Flipkart hyphen DR VNet. All right, perfect. I have decided. Disk. Do you have already disk? No, I don't have a disk. I want to create a disk. Do you have a storage account, a caching storage account? No, I don't have a caching storage account. I'll just click OK. Rest of things, it's fine for me. Now I'll just enable the replications. It will start replicating, right? What I have done, I have just decided, okay, come on. I have decided which VNet, which resource group, and policy, I just skip it. I just keep it the default policy what Microsoft is preferred to have 24 hours retention policies. That's it. Right. So we have initiated. Here also we can see that, okay, it's success to ready to move. Let me move the virtual machine to different resource group. Okay. On here, I come here on my recovery vault. Okay, before that I have just moved. So let's see that it has been moved or not. So you can see that this virtual machine is supposed to be moved to my PDC source group. I believe it's successfully moved. No, not moved yet. Still moving. It will take time. Still in that resource group. No, not moved. So let it be. Meanwhile, I'll go to my recovery vault, which is enabling right now. So I'll just go here, TR recovery vault, and I'll go for the replicated item. I can see one item might be initiated. Not yet. Okay, it's not reflecting yet. So let me see that what is happening. So I'll go for recovery site jobs. Any action is going on. So I can see here any action is going on. So one is that uh, policy has been created. What is a policy name? Policy name is what is policy name? This is 24 hours policy has been created. This is in the recovery vault. And now creating a new site, what is happening here? It is registering server, registering server. Just a minute, guys, there's a call. Okay. All right. So this is registering a server. It will take time to registering a server. Right now it's registering. And meanwhile it is registering. Come on. I just want to show one thing before. So you can see that a couple of things is happening here. Site has been created, right? Protection container has been created on a cloud side. Come on, refresh. Yes, has been registered as a site. Let it registered. Okay, has been registered. Both the site. Now network mapping also registered. Network mapping. If you remember, guys, I have said this will be network mapping. After defining storage account, we have to define a policy as network mapping. So this three parts, like which has been done. The replication policies has been created. Now network mapping has been created. So there is a more features will be happening here. Come on, show me that. Now associating a replication policy to my virtual machine. Next steps. So preparing a server, prerequisite check, everything is done. Now configuring protections. So this is what I want to show here. If you go to virtual machine, this virtual machine, as of now, there will be one extension will be get applied or might be in progress extension. So far no. Let's see, refresh it, and soon you'll see the one extension will get applied here. As of now, no. Let's see that config protection setting. Let it come to config protection. Then you will find out there is one extension will get applied. So if you guys remember what I have taught you on the extension part, extension is nothing but a agent is running inside virtual machine, Azure agent, and on a top of that, agent doesn't know agent doesn't know how to replicate the data. Extension will come and sit on a top of that and say that I'll teach you how to replicate, but I don't know how to do that. So I'll just teach you how to do that. Agent have to replicate. So this is what extension will do that here. Let it refresh. Extension not came yet. Any other process? Go inside. All right, taking time. We'll wait for it. Any questions, guys, so far? Okay, has been done. Let's see that here. What is the progress? Extension has been applied or not? Not yet. It's still not applied. Okay, it's done. Refresh. Okay, where is associating? It's already associated. Okay, it's already done here. Okay, wait for that. Okay, let me see on the virtual machine side. Recovery vault, DR, protected item, replicate item. I'll just see in a replicated item, is there anything virtual machine affected? No, not yet. So it's not, extension has not been applied so far. Let's see the progress. Okay, Kiran left. That's okay. Any questions, Shravan and Ravindra or Tehseen? You can ask me any question, guys, if you have. Okay, it's done. Now, let's see that replication is in. Now, replication should be started. Yep. Can you see that virtual machine is reflecting here? Now, if you go here, and as of now, there is no RPO, and if you click here, latest recovery, so far there is no recovery. Why? Because replication has not been completed yet. Replication will take time to get replicate. So it's right now in enabling a protection mode. If I just click here, I can see that what is happening here. It is installing mobility service and preparing a target, right? So I believe now it is applying the extension. Yep, can you see the extension? Site recovery extension has been applied and is right now transition mode. Once it's successfully completed, it will start replicating data. Again, it will take approximately 20 to 30 minutes or sometimes 4 hours to replicate entire virtual machine from another one location to another location. So what's the difference between replication and replications and the backup? Guys, do you remember? Right? I'll just give you a quick example. This is need to understand, right? This is my virtual machine. If I take a backup, before taking a backup, I have written here ABC, right? I have taken a backup. So what has been taken backup? ABC has been taken a backup. Now next day, if I write D here, I can take a differential backup, which can be only D will be has been taken a backup. Now if I delete this AB B here from here, on next day backup, the data will be having, I will have a data called in the backup, I'll be saying ABD. So this is the backup. It's a day 1, day 2, day 3, right? In case I want to restore any data, I can restore, I can go for any point. I can go here, here, here. That is my copies. This is my copies, right? Those are my copies of a backup. But what's the difference between replications? If I type A here, if I type A here, here also get written A. If I type B here, it is also written B here. If I type D here and delete A, here also A will get deleted and D will be written. The only thing is that if I want to have a data called A, I cannot have it because it's a replica. It's just like a mirror. It is just like a mirror. It is a photocopy, Xerox copy, you can say that, or photocopy. It's a copy, it's a mirror. It's a replication, it's a reflection of primary location to secondary location. That is my DR. The backup is having a copies. These are two different things. Right, guys? Any questions so far? Right? So if you have deleted B A here, okay, now A is not available, and you consider that okay, I want to have A available here, you cannot have it. But still, what Microsoft do that he maintain recovery points, right? And that we have decided 24 hours. So at least if you immediately deleted A, at least it will keep for 24 hours the A, and after that it will delete the recovery point. But it is a replication. It is not. It's a mirror copy. If you go for a current state. Let it's still going on. Let me refresh. I just want to show you that. Give me a couple of more minutes, guys. It might be get finished in a few minutes. So it should be successful now, I believe. From the transition state, it is successfully done. Now, it is, as of now, it is in initial replication mode. Right, let me refresh here. So it is not started in. Alright, let it initiate. Come on. Taking too much time to replicate initiative. Alright guys, let it done. It's taking too much time. Alright, it will take at least 2.5 hours to replicate entire process. So it is what happening right now. I'll just tell you the process. It will initialize the process and update the state will happen quickly. And after that, you have to go in the disk. In the disk side, you'll find out that okay, this is right now 127 GB. Start moving the replicating from one place to another place. So the target disk will be not ready yet. So it will take time approximately 2 to 4 hours to get replicated 128 GB. It is sending a bits by bits data, and once it's done, then here, sorry, I'll just go to my recovery vault, right? The current state is initial process. Here it will get changed to protected. When it's get changed to protected, that time you can perform your DR. All right. It is not protected yet. It's still taking a time to refresh. Right? And once it's protected, then you will see the recovery point. As of now, there is no recovery point. Its recovery point is not available. Then you see the recovery point and you can choose and you can perform a DR. So those options will walk through tomorrow. We'll see that what is failover, what is test failover, what is cleanup, what is commit and resync. Those things we'll see in tomorrow sessions. Right. I believe it's too much time it's taking. I don't know how much time it will take. You can also initiate the DR on your side and see that what will happen here. Alright guys, so see you tomorrow and same time because it's taking too much time. If you don't have any doubt, alright. Yep, I can hear you, Tassim. Uh-huh. This one? No, no, Tassim, no, Tassim. This is to just for explaining a concept. It is not actual diagram, right? And if I draw the diagram, it will take a time. We have to understand the concept and perform in the Azure practicality. Here we have to perform a practicality. And the guys who is learning right now, they understand how to create a virtual machine. They understand how to create a VNet. They understand how to create a subnet. So this is they already have understanding. So that's why it's not required to mention that if I deploy a virtual machine, let's say that I want to deploy a virtual machine web. So they are already know that for deploying virtual machine, they required one VNet. Without VNet, they cannot deploy. Without subnet, they cannot deploy a virtual machine. They already aware, right? So rather, if I keep drawing this stuff, that will take too much time, and class time will getting extended. They already aware since they already have done the practice. Whenever they have deployed virtual machine, they know that what are things is required for basic deployment of virtual machine, right? Now recovery point, the recovery world we have discussed how we know how to deploy the stuff. We are not going to go click or go how to do the next this option. They know the guys knows that okay for deploying any resources we require resource group definitely. They know that. They know that we have to give a resource group name. They know that they have to decide a region, right? So they already aware the guys who's coming from the starting. So this is just to explain the concept how the things works. This diagram this is not a steps. Steps you can easily find out on Microsoft document. Let's say that you want to have how to enable their applications. You can simply type on Google how to enable application for Azure VM. Yep, that's what I'm saying now. That the steps is already there. You can find out this is steps is there. And what we are learning ASR concept. We are not learning the production, what is the development, what is the testing. We are not learning that one. The today's focus is BCDR. Did you got it my point? Yeah. So this diagrams is just to explain how the concept works, right? It is not related to the other previous past or any other actual scenario. The scenario could be case to case different. If you are using hub and spoke, that's a different scenario. If you're using a single network, zero tier, that's a different network scenario. If you are having a three-tier application, that will be different. If you have a data center concept, that will be different. So everything will be different. So we cannot mention one single center and justify that. So we are just explaining this concept, and this concept will be fitted into every scenarios, right? Okay. Any questions on the topic? All right. We have waited, so let's quickly check that application has been started or not, so we can have a recording. So I'll just go in protected item. I'll go in. Yep. You can see that it is now changed to synchronization is 0%. Now if I just click here, it is start synchronizing. All the process which is required, pre-executive process is required to get synchronized data, it is ready now. It will start synchronizing from scratch, 0 to 100%. Once it's done, it will just synchronize the change item only, right? So it will take approximately 2 to 3 hours to replicate. So we are ready with this virtual machine. Once this 100% is done, then you will see the recovery points. All right. So I'll just leave it here as it is, and we'll see tomorrow when it's 100% done, and I'll show you that how to replicate the data, how to perform a DR. All right. So till the times, see you guys tomorrow, same time. Bye. Yep, I'll share the recording. Yep, I'll do that.